So what are the major issues that you see facing them and how can they be helped?
Okay, so I made a list because they're kind of long.
All right.
So one is adapting to rapid change. Another one is having to lay people off. Just as we were all talking about, if this AI can, duplicate 4 or 5 or 6 people at one time, the business owner, the person in charge, the manager is going to have to lay people off. How do we do that? That's stressful in and of itself.
Mhm.
And then we've got the security and the privacy issues, which abound, again, the dark side and the not so dark side, which then brings on to ethics. What is an organization's ethical posture to be able to manage AI, respectfully? And as again, it can be used in any which way or not. We can become overly dependent on technology, just as, again, we were talking about, and you were talking about, Jim, well, and you also, just Fernando, there's a part that the technology can do, but I want to look at that contract. I want to know if AI really kind of is representing exactly what, was said. Somebody made a recommendation for me, which was very, very nice of them to do it, but it was written by AI. I could tell in a second. It was so impersonal and it was so like not a voice of somebody that I actually didn't even put it up. So there's that issue. And then the continuous pressure to keep learning and keep growing. I mean, there's how much money are we going to invest in this? How much money are we going to invest in all these different aspects? And coming where I come from in terms of the human condition and peak performance, how are we going to care for our people so that they can manage this level of stress and change? And so education and training is really important. Again, these ethical guidelines, balancing automation with human condition, and then cultivating a supportive culture. I like to say a lot of times when we talk about business, and you've got your skill base. So, all this technology is very skill based, and businesses are all really kind of, how am I going to take this skill base and bring it into the workplace? But the mental side, the people side, what's going on inside of people drives everything else. And if we don't put that into the equation, I think we're going to be really a pretty unhappy